Have you ever woken up in the morning and wondered where all that spark and drive you used to have went? Maybe you sit at the edge of the bed and think, gosh, everything feels a little heavier than it used to. If that's been you, you are not alone. I want you to know that just because the calendar says you're past 65, it does not mean life slows down. In fact, mornings can become the most powerful part of your day, the time where you add life back into your years. And here's the thing, small, simple changes to how you start your day can transform how you feel for the rest of the day, and over time, they can even add years to your life. So, let me ask you this. What does your morning look like right now? Maybe you wake up, check your phone, make some coffee, and sit for a while before the day really begins. It's a routine that many people fall into. But what if I told you that there's a better way? A way that sets you up not only for more energy, but for sharper thinking, stronger bones, a happier mood, and yes, even the possibility of adding decades to your life. That's what we're talking about today, and by the end, you'll have some practical, easy steps you can start tomorrow morning. No fancy gym membership, no complicated plans, just things you can do in your own home. Now, the first thing I want to talk about might surprise you because it's not about running or lifting weights or even eating a certain breakfast. It's about breathing. That's right, just breathing. But doing it in a way that wakes up every cell in your body. When you wake up, before you even stand up, take a few deep, intentional breaths. Place one hand on your belly and one hand on your chest. Inhale slowly through your nose so that your belly rises first, then your chest. Hold that breath for just a moment and exhale through your mouth like you're blowing out a candle. Do that 5 times. It sounds so simple, but it's like a gentle alarm clock for your entire body. This type of breathing tells your nervous system, it's a new day, let's get moving. It lowers stress hormones, oxygenates your blood, and gives your brain a boost of clarity. You'll feel calmer, steadier, and ready to take the next step instead of rushing straight into the day. Now, once you've taken those 5 deep breaths, don't rush off yet. This brings me to the second thing, and it might just be my favorite because it completely changes your mindset for the day ahead. After breathing, take a moment to sit quietly and think about something good. It could be as simple as the smell of your morning coffee, a phone call you're planning to have with a friend, or the fact that you have another beautiful day in front of you. Gratitude is like a vitamin for your mind. When you start your day with even 30 seconds of appreciation, your stress goes down and your sense of purpose goes up. And let me tell you, after 65, purpose is powerful. Studies have shown that people who feel a sense of purpose in their daily life live longer, healthier lives. And we're not talking about big, complicated plans. Sometimes the purpose is as small as saying, today I'm going to water my plants, or I'm going to enjoy this breakfast and maybe take a little walk. Those little intentions add up to a big difference. Speaking of moving, let's talk about what you do next. The third step, and I can't stress this enough, is gentle morning movement. You see, after 65, your body craves motion, but it doesn't always need intensity. You don't have to be running marathons or doing push-ups. Instead, think of this as a gift you give your muscles and joints first thing in the morning. Stand up, find a safe spot where you can hold onto a chair or countertop if you need, and just start moving your body. Roll your shoulders back, stretch your arms up to the sky, rotate your ankles, bend your knees a little. If you can, try a slow march in place. Even 2 to 3 minutes of this simple movement wakes up your balance, your circulation, and your coordination. Over time, these tiny movements can help prevent falls, keep your joints flexible, and even boost your energy so that by the time you get to breakfast, you already feel like you've achieved something good for yourself. And let me tell you a little secret here. Movement in the morning also does wonders for your mood. Have you ever noticed how some mornings, if you sit still too long, it feels harder to get going? That's because your body is still in rest mode. By doing these gentle stretches, you're flipping a switch that tells your body, we're awake now. It's time to feel alive. Now I want to pause here for a second and remind you of something important. If you're enjoying these tips so far, make sure to like this video and subscribe to the channel. That way, you won't miss out on more ways to live a healthier, happier life, no matter your age. And of course, share this with someone you care about. Sometimes the smallest piece of advice can change a whole day for someone. After you've done your breathing, your gratitude, and your gentle movement, there's one more thing that makes a big difference before you head to the kitchen. It's drinking a glass of water. You might be thinking, really, water? But here's why it's so important, especially as we get older. Overnight, your body gets dehydrated, and dehydration, even a little bit, makes you feel tired, foggy, and achy. So before you pour that cup of coffee or tea, grab a glass of water and drink it slowly. Add a squeeze of lemon if you like. It's like giving your insides a fresh start. Think of it as a simple rinse that wakes up your organs and gets everything moving, especially your digestion, which we all know can sometimes be a bit sluggish as the years go by. A well-hydrated body is like a well-oiled machine. It just works better. What's wonderful about these first few steps is that they don't take much time. You can do all of them in 10 minutes. And over time, this small routine becomes a habit that signals to your mind and body, today, we are choosing to live. We are choosing energy. We are choosing strength. It doesn't matter if you're 65, 75, or 95, your mornings are yours to shape. Imagine yourself a few months from now, waking up and actually looking forward to your mornings. You take those deep breaths, you smile because you've chosen something to be grateful for, you stretch out your arms and legs and feel the stiffness ease, and then you take a slow drink of water that makes you feel fresh and ready. By the time you get to breakfast, you already feel ahead of the day. And the best part, these little rituals don't just make you feel better that morning. They build up over time like drops in a bucket. And that bucket starts overflowing with better balance, sharper focus, and a more joyful attitude toward life. Now that we've talked about breathing life into your body first thing in the morning, filling your heart with gratitude, waking up your muscles with some gentle movement, and rehydrating yourself, let's keep building on this momentum. Because there's something else you can do after those first few minutes that can make an enormous difference, not just for your body, but for your mind as well. One of the most overlooked parts of staying sharp and full of life as we age is how we feed our mind in the morning. Think about this for a second. Most people wake up and the first thing they feed their brain is a stream of news headlines, endless notifications, or random noise from the television. That's like giving your brain a breakfast of candy bars and expecting it to perform at its best. So instead, I want you to think of these first quiet minutes of your day as a golden opportunity to fuel your mind with something that truly matters. After you have moved a little and had that glass of water, try giving yourself just a few minutes to read or listen to something uplifting. It doesn't have to be a whole book. It could be a short poem, a few pages of a story you love, a chapter from an inspiring book, or even a podcast that makes you smile. Those few minutes are like planting seeds. Over time, those seeds grow into a stronger, calmer, more focused mind. You might be surprised at how different your mornings feel when you choose to fill them with positivity rather than noise. And while we're talking about fueling your brain, let's not forget the most traditional fuel of all, breakfast. Now, I know breakfast can be a bit of a routine for many of us. Maybe you've been eating the same cereal for 30 years, or maybe you just have toast and coffee and call it good. But the truth is, after 65, your body needs a little extra help in the morning. A protein-rich breakfast Even something as simple as scrambled eggs with a handful of vegetables, a small cup of yogurt with some berries, or a slice of whole grain toast with peanut butter can completely change how your energy feels for the rest of the day. Protein helps keep your muscles strong and your blood sugar steady. It keeps you from feeling that mid-morning slump where you just want to go back to bed. If you enjoy oatmeal, try adding a spoonful of nuts or seeds to give it a little more staying power. This small adjustment to your morning meal can make a big difference. And don't forget that breakfast isn't only about what you eat, it's also about how you eat. Take a moment to sit down with your food, chew slowly, and notice what you're tasting. It sounds simple, but slowing down allows your body to digest better and gives you a chance to actually enjoy the moment. Meals can be a form of mindfulness, a way to connect to yourself instead of just rushing through. When you treat breakfast as an act of care instead of just a chore, it becomes part of a bigger morning ritual that sets the tone for the rest of the day. Now, once you've given your body good fuel, the next habit is to give your mind something else that it needs just as much, movement that challenges it. Not exercise this time, but brain exercise. We often think that keeping the body active is enough, but after 65, we need to make sure the brain is also being stretched. This doesn't have to be complicated or time-consuming. It could be as simple as spending 10 minutes on a crossword puzzle, trying a few math problems in your head, learning a new word, or even practicing a few words in a new language. It's like doing a gentle workout for your mind. Every time you learn something new, your brain builds connections that keep your memory sharper and your thinking clearer. Think of it like walking a new path in a garden. The more you walk it, the clearer and easier it becomes to follow. And when you start your morning by challenging your brain just a little, you carry that sharpness with you for the rest of the day. You might be thinking that these things sound small. Breathing, gratitude, stretching, water, reading, a good breakfast, a little brain game. But the magic is in how these small steps add up. Imagine your morning as a staircase. Each little habit is a step, and before you know it, you've climbed to a higher level where you feel more awake, more alive, and more ready to live the day on your terms. And there's something else that often gets overlooked when it comes to mornings, especially as we get older, and that's connection. Even if you live alone, which many people do at this stage of life, there's great value in finding a way to reach out in the morning. It doesn't have to be a long phone call or a big conversation. It could be as simple as sending a good morning message to a friend, waving to a neighbor, or talking to someone you see regularly if you take a morning walk. A small bit of human connection early in the day lifts the spirit and reminds us that we are part of something bigger. Loneliness can sneak up on anyone, but connection, even in small doses, is powerful medicine. Now, I know it can feel like there are so many things to fit in, but this isn't about creating a strict schedule. This is about creating a rhythm. Think of your morning not as a list of chores, but as a chance to tune yourself like a musical instrument so you sound and feel your best throughout the day. And the beautiful thing about these habits is that they are flexible. You can make them yours. Maybe your gentle movement is a dance to your favorite song. Maybe your morning reading is a letter from a grandchild. Maybe your mental exercise is simply planning your day in a way that makes sense to you. There is no wrong way to do it as long as it fills you with energy and joy. So, as you think about what your mornings look like now, start to imagine what they could be with just a few of these simple additions. You don't have to change everything all at once. Even adding one new habit can be a spark that lights up the rest of your routine. And once that spark catches, you'll notice the difference. You'll start to wake up looking forward to your mornings, and over time, your mornings will become the foundation of a healthier, happier life. If you've been finding value in these ideas, I'd love for you to like this video and subscribe to the channel. It's a small click for you, but it helps us reach more wonderful people just like you, who are ready to bring more energy and joy into their lives. And if you know someone who could use a little boost in the mornings, share this with them. You never know, the smallest tip can make a huge difference for someone else. As we keep going, let's build on these habits with one more step that can completely transform how you feel, not just in the morning, but throughout your entire day. It's something simple that ties everything together and makes your mornings a time of real renewal every single day. There is a moment in every morning when you have a choice, and that choice is whether to rush ahead or to pause and truly be present. What I am talking about is creating a few minutes of stillness, a little ritual that anchors everything you have just done. After you have breathed, stretched, hydrated, eaten, and sparked your mind, take a short time to simply sit and be. Maybe you close your eyes and listen to the birds outside or the hum of the house around you. Maybe you sit in a favorite chair with your hands resting gently in your lap. This moment of stillness is like sealing an envelope. It locks in all the good energy you've built for yourself so that you can carry it with you through the rest of your day. It can be 2 minutes or 10, whatever feels right for you. What matters most is that you give yourself this gift of presence before life starts pulling you in all directions. This quiet pause has an incredible way of making the rest of the day feel calmer. It slows down the mind, softens stress before it even has a chance to build, and gives you a little extra patience for whatever comes next. A calm start is powerful. It is one of the best tools you have to protect your heart, your brain, and your mood. And you know, the funny thing is, many people discover that the more they practice this simple habit, the more time they feel like they have. When you begin the day centered, you find yourself less rushed and more able to enjoy the moments in front of you. Another important thing I want to share with you, something that ties all of these habits together, is consistency. You see, the real magic of a morning routine is not in doing everything perfectly or trying to follow someone else's plan. The magic is in showing up for yourself every day. It doesn't matter if you only have 10 minutes or if some mornings you only manage 1 or 2 of these steps. What matters is that you keep coming back to it. Over time, these small actions add up. It is like planting a tree. At first, you do not see much change, but little by little the roots grow deeper and the branches grow stronger. One day you look back and realize that this small habit has become something that gives you shade, comfort, and joy. It is also worth remembering that every morning you have the opportunity to choose what your day will be about. Even after 65, 75, or 85, life is still full of possibilities. Sometimes people believe that as they age, their options shrink, that their best days are behind them. But the truth is, so much of life is about what we choose to focus on. When you begin your day with purpose, with these small acts of care, you are telling yourself that your story is still being written. There are still chapters full of laughter, learning, and connection ahead of you. These mornings become a daily reminder that there is always something to look forward to. And that brings me to something else that is deeply powerful for adding not just years to your life, but life to your years. Curiosity. Even in the simplest morning routine, leave a little room for curiosity. Ask yourself, what is one small thing I can discover today? Maybe it is trying a new recipe for breakfast. Maybe it is taking a slightly different path on your walk. Maybe it is calling someone you haven't spoken to in a while just to ask how they are. Staying curious keeps you engaged with the world. It keeps the spark alive, and that spark is what makes you feel truly alive at any age. There is a saying that growing older is a privilege, and it really is. Not everyone gets the chance to wake up at 65 or 75 or beyond. So when you do wake up, it is worth taking that time in the morning to remind yourself of just how valuable that day is. Every single morning is a gift, and how you use those first minutes is how you unwrap it. You can either rush through and toss it aside, or you can open it slowly, with care, and enjoy what is inside. If you start to bring even a few of these habits into your mornings, you might be amazed at how different your life feels in just a few weeks. You may notice that you stand a little taller, that your thoughts feel a little clearer, and that your mood brightens more easily. And over time, these little changes can ripple through your health in ways that are truly extraordinary. Studies keep showing us that simple habits like movement, mindfulness, good nutrition, and connection are some of the strongest predictors of a long, healthy life. And all of those habits can begin the moment you wake up. I would love to hear from you. What is one small change you could see yourself adding to your morning starting tomorrow? Maybe it is something we talked about today, or maybe it is something personal that you have been meaning to do for a long time. Share it in the comments, because you never know, your idea might inspire someone else who is watching this right now. Before you go, if this video has encouraged you or given you something helpful to think about, take a moment to like it and subscribe to the channel. We are building a community here of people who believe that age is not a limit, it is a chapter, and it can be one of the best chapters yet. By subscribing, you help us reach even more people who are looking to live fully, no matter what number is on their birthday cake. So tomorrow morning, when you open your eyes, remember this: you have a new day ahead of you, a brand new page waiting to be filled. You have the power to start that day with intention, with care, and with a sense of possibility. Breathe deeply, be grateful, move gently, drink your water, feed your mind and your body, and give yourself a little moment of calm. These are not just morning habits, they are promises you make to yourself, promises that say, I choose to live, I choose to enjoy, I choose to thrive. And when you do that, you give yourself the best chance to live not just longer, but better. Here's to mornings that fill you with energy, and to years ahead that are rich with joy, curiosity, and strength. No matter your age, there is still so much life waiting for you. So let's take it, one beautiful morning at a time.